During high school, I harbored a strong disdain for track and field. Waking up before the sun rose, enduring a grueling workout on minimal rest, and relying on caffeine to power me through each stride. Extracurricular activity, more like corporal punishment, which is why I never thought I'd be saying this, but thanks for pushing me to do it, Dad. I guess you were right, it really did come in handy after all.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Aether Plays Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Elsie Nil's story. When we last left off, Elsie managed to find her way back to this place. It was extremely harrowing. Um, okay. I just updated the game. I didn't realize that the tile set would change like this. This is pretty... But yeah, we were in the city, right? And then um, we had a horrible crash and our vehicle stopped working around here, and we had to basically try and make our way through this like heavily zombie infested town and make our way out and then run all the way back home, right? And like the only thing that saved us was basically throwing a grenade and it being the fact that it was starting to get dark, so we were able to sort of just like sneak out under the cover of the night, right? And speaking of it being dark, it is the middle of winter, so the sun goes down super early. It's 5 p.m. and it's already dark, which means like I don't really know what we can do, right? It seems like bandaging is off limits, right? Like athletics, we need an exercise machine for. We could potentially work on carpentry, right? So we just need nails and planks, so we might be able to get those. Okay, let's try it. So let's go ahead and grab splintered. We'll grab the plank. Let's see. So there's 13 nails. We'll go ahead and grab some more nails. Okay, and now we should be able to work on basic carpentry. Too dark to craft. Let's turn on our flashlight then, and we'll do some carpentry. Wait. Um, Before we started, I noticed. Oh, a catastrophic failure chance is 16.85. Okay, I see. Well, let's just try it anyway. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. Drop the plank then. Wield this like in progress thingy. Um, Fabrication has increased to 2. I guess we'll stop. That was fast. Let's see. Fabrication. So yeah, that's a 2. That's good. Survival was at 90%. Tailoring is still at 0. I suppose we could work on tailoring maybe. Let's see, carve. Okay, yeah, so that we did that. Fabrication is now 2. Athletics, nope. Crossbows, nope. 40 yarn. I guess we could practice throwing a bit more. We need a rock. Let's try it. We'll wield our baseball bat as well. Let's see. Can we see any rocks anywhere? Oh, it's sort of funny. We were already looking for... We'll just look around a bit more. Nothing. If we get close to our books, are there other crafts that we can do? Napping? Okay, we could work on that. We need soft hammering though. Can we make anything with a soft hammer? Okay, a bone billet. Okay, so let's make a wooden billet then, I guess. We have a stick right here. Okay, nice. We'll wield our bat again. There we go. And now let's find a rock. We'll go ahead and turn off our flashlight so we don't waste it. And it's like a full moon, so we have plenty of vision. What is this here? It's a cool tile pack. I sort of like it. It's very interesting. Okay, so how do we work on this napping or whatever? We don't have the book. Okay, let's work on our turn on the flashlight up to 3. Let's see what we're at now in terms of throwing. 2 and 42%. Our focus is way down. Do we need another bandage on our? And then yeah, we'll keep going. Now we're at 76%. Okay, even with our focus being as low as it is. And then this should do it. Our proficiency has increased to throwing 3. So if we wield the rock, right, let's see how far we can throw. 14, okay. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Okay, but yeah, I think we were looking for rocks, maybe? We'll grab this rock. We literally have no space for a single rock. Okay, then let's do this. I'll go ahead and sort out, like, our inventory and stuff. Just like drop stuff off, and then I'll get back to you guys. It's dropping off all of our food. Let's check out the there's like a weird bug where you have to like reselect everything through outdoor and drop this off. And yeah, let's have some food. Chocolate candy is going old. We definitely can have that. Have some of that. Um, we still haven't cooked our fish. We really should do that sometime. We'll have some more sap. There we go. Very glad that it's not freezing over. Um, fried seeds, crackers, frozen crackers. Kind of gross, but not the worst thing, I guess. How much is the bandana in covering our mouth? But it does say our mouth is 7 plus 3, so I think we should. Okay. Now our encumbrance is 6 plus 3 still. Okay, let's see what else we're wearing. The headscarf, the knit scarf, the warmth there is 20. The wool scarf. Maybe we can take off the knit scarf. Let's see. Yeah, our encumbrance is back down to only 3, which is so we'll drop off the knit scarf there. Okay. This is sort of a cool menu. I don't think I've ever seen this menu before. Interesting. We'll close that, turn this off, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and go through some of the food, see what we can grab. I think we might need a can opener as well, so hopefully, yeah, can opener, nice. And there's a full battery for our flashlight as well. One thing we can also make is a washing kit. I think that'll be useful, so let's go ahead and do that. I think we have plenty of plank. Let's see, washboard. Okay, and then we can make the washing kit. Cotton patch. Yeah, let's go ahead and surely there's like leather patches somewhere, right? Or cotton patches. Like if we just break the bed. Yeah. It's weird that like the washing kit is so much bigger than the washboard, right? Considering it's literally just the washboard and then a patch or whatever. It's just very strange. More soap, useful for washing. I'm not really sure if we necessarily have anything we need to wash, but still useful. And yeah, I'm just noticing now that we're already wearing hiking boots, so we don't need. But yeah, I think this was like a good amount of progress, right? Like we got set up nicely, so we'll go ahead and fall asleep for, yeah, turn off the, how many calories did we have today? Oh, 4,000. Yeah, we're set. Okay. Yeah. Sleep. Note on set alarm. Aren't we tired? We're not tired. Trying to fall asleep. Stop trying to fall asleep. Okay. We don't have anything that's like makes us sleepy. No sleeping pill. You know what? Yeah, just keep trying to fall asleep. Work great. So yeah, our speed is 100, right? Like we're no longer in pain. Our torso is healing up nicely. And there we go. We woke up. Let's see if we need any more bandages. There you go. Yeah, our right arm. Any good books? Definitely, but ones we already have. And then we'll just quickly go through some of the clothes and stuff. Seems to be good. Messenger bag. We woke up at 4:30 a.m. Okay. We'll shift over the washing kit. Drop off some more stuff. Mainly the lemonade. That might have been the only food the syringe. There we go, that's pretty good. We'll also reload our... Oh, we don't have our sewing kit on us. Headlamp. I wonder if this is like actually useful. Maybe. Right, because if you have a flashlight on you, right, and you activate it, it just lights up like the area anyway, so you don't really need... Well, let's just go ahead and like wait for a while. We can have like some food, right, like have some breakfast. Chocolate for breakfast, always good. There we go. 2 entire bars of chocolate, and then some maple sap as well. Yeah, it's still cold. It still hasn't frozen, that's all. And then how about some crackers as well? Chocolate and crackers, that's pretty good. Okay, so we'll just be here. We'll just wait. And we'll close the window so it's not as cold. And let's just wait like 2 hours. Okay. It's still dark outside? Oh my gosh. Let's just wait like another hour, I guess. Okay, there we go. We're set. So yeah, I think one thing I want to do today is like we found this aluminum bat, right? We have a good amount of armor now. What is lacking is like our melee skill, and I think it will be just super useful to get that up. Like we can also try to get our shotgun skill up as well. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll work on. So we'll try to, I don't know if we're gonna fight. Oh, that was loud. Let me turn down. It's funny how like bandage wounds on your right arm healed right as we like got into a car crash, right into a tree. It's just you wouldn't think those two things would coincide, but apparently they do. So yeah, we'll zoom out. Flaking rock. I think we want flaking rocks actually. So we'll drive through like the field a little bit. Just pick these up. There we go. And then can we see any others? Rocks. Okay, not useful. Still want flaking rocks. How about over here? Large rock, sharp rock, maybe sharp rock. Let's grab it. Zombie mine. Flaking rock. More. Where is it? Aha. Yep. Flaking. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Um, and let me just check the book or whatever. Are we able to practice napping? Oh, it takes rocks. Okay, I thought it took the flaking rock. Okay, so we just need sharp rocks and rocks. Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's grab the rock. It's weird for us to go back to the scene of the crime where, you know, we nearly died to those bilious soldier zombies. We managed to get past it, so not as bad as it could have been, I suppose. Okay, there we go. And we'll close the trunk as well, so it doesn't get super cold as we drive around. And one more rock for the ride. Awesome. So we should be able to do the napping skill now. Let's see. Practice basic napping. Yep. And then this will get our survival skill to 2, which is awesome. The skill penalty is mitigated. Okay. Nice. So yeah. Yesterday we went to the east, and today I think it makes sense for us to go to the west. All we found to the east was a gigantic town, and it was just extremely dangerous. So hopefully we have better luck going this way. So far, we're seeing turkeys. We could do a bit more hunting, but again, we're good on food, so not super necessary. A rural house, okay. I suppose we know that this road continues for a while because we see the mine, so we can follow it for a while. It's a very windy path. What is this here? This is always the symbol for armor. I feel. Wide steel rim. Interesting. Lots of vehicle parts just falling off cars and stuff. Too fast, too furious. You gotta be gentle with your vehicle. I mean, it's what's keeping you alive. And yeah, I guess as we thought, it went to the mine, but I sort of thought there would be something else, you know, on the way to the mine, but I guess not. So we'll just turn around, head back. Okay, getting up to a nice, even-keeled 40 miles per hour. Not bad. And yeah, we'll go this way now. So yeah, we see the rural house. Okay, not much else as of now. From the northwest, you hear crunch, smash, crunch, smash, crunch, smash, crunch, smash. Okay, can we see that anywhere? In the northeast. Usually it puts like a ear icon. Let's get a bit closer. I feel like we'd be very curious as to what that is. It seems like this barn like fell apart. Complete Rural Digest, an aluminum can. I love Mark, Bad Boy Badoy. What a name, holy cow. It's in the water. Okay, strange. We'll just turn around. I'm really not sure what the sound was. It might have been like a meteor hitting the barn, but that wasn't really in the northwest. Like, I guess it was like vaguely in the northwest, but still nice and early. We can travel quite a bit on our 60% fuel. And yeah, it feels like fuel is super easy to find now. Like, fuel was already pretty easy to find from like all of the broken down cars you find on the sides of the road, but now that like gas stations seem to be like way more plentiful, and now that mines have gas stations in them, it just feels like gas is super easy. Okay, so we see a bunch of houses, a forest trail, house, cemetery. Yeah, I think after yesterday, Elsie, like the last thing Elsie wants to do is like step into a town for no reason, so we're absolutely gonna just drive around. The raven dies, the chipmunk dies. Oh no. Wretched hatchery. Is that the same thing as like the wretched whatever? Lethargically resting on its back, this hideous mass of sagging flesh and writhing organs twitches feebly as its midsection turns. So yeah, I think this was renamed. I'm pretty sure this is the thing that was like bugged last time, and it spawned like 10 flesh raptors or something. Maybe like in our world, you know, there was like a temporary blast of cosmic rays that like super mutated the Promethean wretches to become like super active in producing the flesh raptors. But I guess, you know, that was like a one-off event. You know, it just, there was like a solar eclipse, and like all of the bad energies of the world like swirled together to like manifest this reality, and now, you know, like the day's over, so it's no longer doing that. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm very glad that I updated, just because we like now we don't have to deal with that. And I'm pretty sure I'm like, well, like obviously it was a bug, right? Because like the zombie was instantly changed to something else. Okay. Did we see any weird zombies? Zombie predator. Yeah, yeah. We've seen those guys. And yeah, this seems to be a pretty big town too. Hunting blind. Yeah. I don't know if I ever found anything in like a hunting blind. Like I would have thought like there would be a chance of like a rifle spawning or something like that, but I've never seen. And yeah, this is this town's definitely going. And we seem to be circling back to, yeah, this was like the hunting lodge where we rammed our fuel truck in and got in, like snagged the goods. I am slightly debating going back for our backpack, but again, like honestly, like literally all I had was like landmines and like canned food. So yeah, it was really not like a big deal that we left it. It would be cool. Like, I wonder if it works this way. Right, like the backpack has what, like 10 mines in it. So it's like if you were to trigger the mines, it would be awesome if like all of them exploded at the same time, and it just made like a way more massive explosion. An Exodii quadruped. Okay. Can't see to your current location. It is faster than you. I feel like Elsie does not know much of anything about robots. So I think what she would do is just sort of like watch its behavior. It seems like it randomly crash landed down here. And, she would watch at what she assumes is like a safe distance. She parks her car like so. Not turning it off, mind you, right? Just in case something bad happens. And then she simply waits like so, right? She just waits and observes for like 5 minutes. There we go. You hear kaboom times 2. So she notices that it's like this quadruped is like firing at the zombies. Elsie is definitely, I think, has like a more scientific, analytical approach to the world around her. I think it's sort of like how she was able to survive thus far, just like a wait and see, like observational approach. And like she heard the kaboom, and she realizes that like the zombie is about as close to the quadruped as she herself is, and yet it's not firing at her, right? So let's go ahead and wait like another 5 minutes. Okay, and now it's coming over, right? Like it killed the zombies, it's coming over. Um, I feel like she might be like a little freaked out, but it's maybe this thing makes like reassuring beeps and boops, right? Like it noticed that we've been idling for a while, and clearly hasn't attacked us at all thus far. So maybe this is like the beginning of like Elsie, trusting the robots a little bit. So we step out, right? Like the quadruped is making its friendly beeps and boops. Elsie, not really knowing what else to do, gives it a peace offering. Um, what would be like a peaceful thing to give a robot? Maybe the smartphone? You know, it's like she heard the stories of, sentient AIs and GPT-3 and like Chat GPT and all these things. And like people were making the argument that, these sorts of like large language models are in fact alive. So as a peace offering, she drops like a kindred like robot spirit, right? Let's see if it accepts. Oh, it's going towards the phone. Okay. It's making beeps and boops. It's getting even closer. Okay. Okay. It seems it does not want it, but Elsie will let it have its peace offering anyway. So, with the robot placated, she walks on over and then looks at this strange sign, right? Like, that's clearly been erected, like, as something that has been, like, deliberately placed, which is a very weird sight amongst, like, this insane wreckage. So, let's go ahead and see what it says. Excuse me. You study the signpost. It shows simply drawn pictograms of a pair of hands holding out an object, and another pair taking the object and offering a pouch in return. Okay, so it suggests barter. Beneath the pictures, there's a crude but understandable map with arrows pointing to what looks like some kind of castle. You do your best to relate those to landmarks you know about and mark the likely location on your map. Okay, so it seems like this robot, right, like from what we know, might have been set up by some sort of like human civilization, right? It's not any sort of technology that she's seen, but the concepts that she's seeing are very familiar to her, right? Like she realizes the concept of bartering, and then she realizes the concept of like a stronghold, right? A castle. So all of this is very, very useful information. Aha. So incredibly, um, somehow we completely missed this in the past, but it seems like um, it's actually super, super close. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a look. Enjoy your smartphone, Mr. Robot. Let's go ahead and see where this castle is, right? Zombie cows. Oh no. This is where the cows were slaughtered before, and now they've all risen as zombies. Very tragic tale. Elsie arrived too late to save them, but at least she was able to befriend the others. So yep, still driving, getting very close to the Bastion Fort now. Um, so Elsie has seen humans in the past, but they were an aggressive, mean gang, right? Like when we first started, all the way down here in our old stomping grounds, right? Like she came across a gang, and it was she was ecstatic to see humans just immediately right off the bat, but they rejected her. They were extremely rude and they were clearly dangerous. So I think she's very wary of um, like what this place might entail, but also hopeful, right? She wants to believe that not all of humanity has fallen as far as like that gang did, and she hopes that what she finds here will be a much more peaceful civilization. Okay, so we park out front. Let's go ahead and stop driving, and with our trusty baseball bat in hand, we go ahead and take a look at what is out here. So metal wreckage. It sort of feels like just like that other place, right? This thing sort of like crash landed here, right? Like all of the snow was just like whipped away. There's metal wreckage. There's just giant boulders. Um, Rather than like being carved here, it feels almost extraterrestrial. Traders come well. Avant. Immediately, she opens the door and she's face to face with menacing turrets. I feel like they slowly pan from left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right, and then like I feel like they don't necessarily notice or react at all to Elsie's presence. Um, so she walks back and forth a couple times as if confirming that like the turrets are in fact not dangerous. Um, it's definitely scary for her, right? Being so vulnerable and exposed like this, but it also gives her a little bit of hope, right? Because for one thing, like the giant robot she saw before was in fact not dangerous, just like these ones don't seem to be. And like the fact that this place had such good security, in a weird way, sort of put her at ease, right? So we go ahead and step upwards, continue looking around. Two exodii quadrupeds. Yeah, so this place is absolutely bustling with activity, right? Like these robots are stomping around, making giant craters in the dirt, right? Like all the robots are whirring constantly. Everything is in a weird sort of like disarray, right? Like most of these things seem to be built from like salvage and scrap. So, like all of the components don't fit together perfectly, and there's like grinding and gears shifting and all this sorts of stuff. So I imagine it's like very overwhelming taking this all in. But just from the fact that like, like the robots make friendly beeps boops when they see Elsie, and from the fact that, um, like they seem fairly welcoming despite like all of the heavy armor and artillery and everything else on them. That after a bit more time, she decides to trust them. I mean, she was already in this deep, right? Um, so walking in, right, like she sees something that's distinctly not human, but um, it is like some sort of clearly sentient living creature, right? Like she sees a cyborg waving back at her. Um, it is waving like a pistol, which is a bit intimidating, but she notices a much bigger battle rifle at its feet, right? Which means that um, it wasn't being menacing or hostile in the least, because if it really wanted to, right, it could just pick up the battle rifle and blast her. Okay, so curious, she steps in. Hello? Oi, you ain't dead. Looking to trade. Yeah, I'm looking to trade. What have you got to trade? Let's see. Aha. So, um, Elsie sees two like super heavy duty like battle rifles, so she could potentially get some for herself, right? Um, so it seems like they have 10 round magazines. Um, I imagine Rubik just sort of just like takes one off the shelf and just like slaps it with his like insane like cyborg strength and just like easily holds it up with like one arm and just like rotates it, like showing off all the features and stuff like that. Um, LZ is definitely like impressed, but also like a bit intimidated. And then let's see. Um, I feel like like the gun showing off would take quite a while, but and she would be super into it the whole time. She would show off her like M4 rifle or M27 rifle, right? And then Rubik just sort of does like a hearty laugh, just like, you call that a weapon, And then he just like plonks this down like on the table in front of her. Um, but I think after like a while, um, like LZ realizes that she just simply can't afford like the battle rifle. She just does not have enough stuff on her to trade away. And let me just make sure that that's actually the case. So the gummy vitamins are actually worth quite a bit. That's interesting. So we have grenades, we have gummy vitamins. Yeah, we don't really have enough stuff. We might have enough stuff like in the car, so that might be good, but for now, not really. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what else he's got. A gambeson, a thick jacket of quilted fabric designed to be worn underneath mail or other armor, or worn on its own if you can't afford proper armor. Use it to loosen it if you want to wear it over your clothes. Okay, interesting. It's got 10 encumbrance for the arms, which is quite high. And, like, honestly, the protection is not that good for 10 encumbrance, so I feel like LZ's not super impressed. Welding goggles and a welding mask, okay. A plastic jerry can, that's definitely useful. We'll grab that because we lost our other jerry can when the fuel truck broke down, right? So we want to get ours back. Uh, 500 thread for 1 cent, or like $1, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, that seems like a great deal. An external climate control kit, a collection of mismatched pipes, wires, and a central device that looks like an exotic microcontroller. Almost looks like it could be used for some sort of central cooling. Okay, so yeah, she doesn't really know what to do with all of that stuff. And neither does she know like what to do with this sort of like CVM stuff. Um, she is like pretty interested in like what exactly like why this guy has a gambeson, why he has like a Xiphos, a bronze sword of ancient Greek origin, wielded as a sidearm to the Dori spear. Okay, and then this is the Dori spear. A well-made spear with a bronze head, Greek in origin. Despite its large size, it was frequently used one-handed. Okay, so it's got quite a bit of pierce and dash. I think it's like a range weapon, maybe? Yeah, this item can be used to make reach attacks. So, in terms of useful weapons, like I would say the Exodii battle rifle is definitely above the Dori, but if we can afford it, like the both the Dori and the Xiphos seem quite good, especially like for us learning to do melee. Like having a reach attack would be very useful. So yeah, we'll go ahead and trade for the thread and the jerry can. So um, we can go ahead and give away, let's say, like some of these gummy vitamins. There we go. We just hand over like a handful of gummy vitamins. I guess he's a very nutrient deficient. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel like we would be interested in this. Why are your lockers full of medieval gear? So Rubik tells us that they've been here for a very long time, or that they've been, I guess, like time traveling or something like that, because it says they landed us amidst a war turned wrong, right? As the dead had come back to life. Um, so he says it ain't no steel of the lake, but it's a good dross metal for holding off a nibbling mouth. So we kept a few of their investments and stickers for to trade. Okay, so they trade with coins, like ancient Greek coins, maybe. And then yeah, he has a bunch of blueprints as well. Why do I have to make them myself? This be a dead land. You gots you a case of the willies ain't gonna sing along. No cure for these rats and fleas. Are you saying you think we're doomed? Your land's a dead un, still kicking us all. So it seems we waited a bit too long to come out of our shelter, right? Like according to this being, our land is a dead one. Why would you come here if you thought there wasn't some way to survive? Oh, us can wobble along his needs, sends the scraps back, brings in the foods, and shakes off a willy or three, can it? No good for you, won't take too much meat and bone. Okay. If I just keep on killing zombies, you'll help turn me into a cyborg? Why are we still yarking then? Sign me the heck up. Awesome. 1,000 units of anesthetic coming up. I'd better start looking. Very interesting. Okay, so I feel like this is an insane revelation to Elsie. Just the fact that like these are like she guesses that they're either like aliens or they've just been like a hidden shadow organization, right? That's just been around for absolutely ever. Considering they have Greek spears and like it might be the case that they're making it up, but just the fact that like she sees all of this weird machinery just walking around that's clearly not any sort of like tech that she's ever seen before makes her believe the story. Um, so I feel like she doesn't really quite trust being a cyborg or anything like that. But if there's one thing she knows is that she needs to get stronger in the apocalypse, right? Like, um, she already had like way too many close calls with death in just like the first few days that she's been out here. And if she's gonna make herself better, right? Like this is like a straightforward way to sort of do that. Um, so yeah, I think that's our new mission is going through and yeah, we can't hold the jerry can. Okay, but yeah, I think that's like a clear way to make ourselves better, right? So and as far as she knows, that's the most direct way to make it happen. Okay, so this was a very interesting find. I feel like she's gonna deliberate and debate over like what it actually means to become cyborg and if she actually wants to do that. But I think just as I was saying before, that if she wants to survive, then I feel like she wants to do so by any means possible. Right. Okay, so we're cold. Our hands are cold. Are we wearing gloves? Fingerless gloves. Okay. Yeah, our hands are very cold. Okay. I think we have some wool gloves. Let's use those. So we'll shift over the jerry can. There we go. And let's go ahead and wear. Let's go ahead and take off the fingerless gloves as well as the. Oh, maybe those are the only gloves we were wearing. No wonder we're cold. Okay. The mittens are definitely help, but they're just like way too hot, way too encumbering. How good are the fingerless gloves? The warmth is only 10. Okay. So we'll wear the sports jersey, right? Just because our arms were getting cold. And I guess we'll just wear two sets of fingerless gloves. Right? It's actually good that we have one that's a poor fit because it allows us to um like put one pair like on top of the other pair basically. Okay, so where are we going to get anesthetic? That's like the real question. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if we've necessarily ever had surgery done. Maybe for, maybe we had like a cut or like a sports injury, right? Like back in high school, and we had to get put under for that surgery. So I'm sure we know that like anesthetic kits might come from anywhere where surgery is done, right? I think that's pretty easy to put two and two together. So basically, we need to think of like maybe like a hospital or like a doctor's office or something like that, right? So, she's very wary of considering that just because, right, like towns are absolutely not safe at all. But, um, like she figures that um, one relatively safe way of finding them might be to skirt around just like the outskirts of town, right? And then maybe there's like a remote rural type doctor deal, or even more remote, there might be like an animal doctor, right? A veterinarian, and those offices might have an anesthetics kit as well. Okay, so we're hungry again. We'll go ahead and have some more maple sap. There we go. And how about some cashews as well? Just snack on those. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Wearing the fingerless gloves as opposed to simply wearing just like the mittens or whatever. Just because like we are a um, hunter, like first and foremost, right? Like we just tend to use our rifles and our shotguns and stuff like that, and like using those types of weapons with mittens is just like way too encumbering. Okay, so yeah, I guess first things first. Let's just I'm the realist, but can we find like have we encountered a hospital or say a doctor office? No. Okay. So yeah, I think we just need to continue driving around more. Like here's a town, right? Like to our west. So let's just go ahead and start driving, and then hopefully by like skirting around the town, we'll be able to spot like a doctor's office or something. And yeah, once again, we don't want to deal with anything here. Just this insane FEMA camp full of like horrible monsters. And yeah, at least in a car, they're quite easy to dodge. I think this car is by far our greatest asset, so we absolutely want to be as careful with it as we possibly can. One, because of like it basically provides everything we possibly need, right? Like it provides us food because of like everything that we have stored in it. It provides us warmth and heat. It provides us an ability to travel quickly. It provides us an ability to outrun the zombies. So yeah, this is just like our lifeline to the um outside world pretty much. It's what allows us to survive in the apocalypse. Okay, let's see, what the heck is this thing? This like glowing blue guy. Sleepwalker zombie. A zombie swollen with a bluish, oddly sweet smelling gas. It stumbles around even more than regular zombies as if heavily intoxicated. Okay. Um, so this is sort of like a crazy idea, but like, could a sleepwalker zombie drop anesthetics? Right? It's like a bit dangerous, but I feel like it might, right? Like, say we slow down, right? And then can we wield our assault rifle? Okay. And just to make sure, let's go ahead and like get items. Yeah, there's the baseball bat right there. Sedative gas. Yeah, it emits sedative gas. Okay. How to get close though? Maybe let's do this. We'll try to lure in the zombies, right? They're like they've spotted us, and then we just like slowly lure them like this. It does mean we have to deal with the dog or whatever, but we probably don't have to deal with much else. It's interesting how slow the dog is, right? Like we're only moving at like 4 miles per hour, and we're still like outpacing it. So yeah, we'll just get away a little bit. There we go. Actually, let's do this, and then we'll turn around, just so when we get out, we're closer to the driver's side, right? So we can run back in if it's in danger of getting too close. So we'll let go of the controls. The wolf is leaving for some reason. Why is it leaving? Where's it going? Okay, well that was strange. Okay. So yeah, we just have like basically no chance to hit it at all. We definitely want to be close to our car for this, just because of how dangerous the situation. We do have the baseball bat, but I feel like this is a very dangerous enemy to be trying to like use melee against for the very first time. So we'll go ahead and take a precise shot. Okay, we miss. We'll wait for it to get a bit closer. We miss. One more shot. We miss. One more shot. 5 damage. And one more shot. Yikes. Even when we miss, right, like we notice that like our shot like sails through its rib cage and like breaks a couple bones and stuff like that. So as dangerous as this is, I think we could steady up a little bit and fire. Okay. We're bleeding. Our right leg is bleeding. Okay, we're not like super hurt, right? It seems like this thing is like pretty slow, honestly. So we could just like run back like that. One more step and then take a shot. Holy cow. This thing is no joke. Huh. Okay, this thing is much tougher than I thought. It's for being so slow, I think the issue is like it's very hard for us to like hit it with any sort of accuracy just because of like right, it's only bones, right? There's no muscle. So like a lot of the times our bullet just sort of like whizzes straight on through without hitting anything. Our head is injured from that. Yikes. Our stamina is still pretty good. I think we can take a few more shots. But as it gets too close, we need to run back again. So this is as accurate as I'm willing to have it be, right? So we take a careful shot. Bam, 30 damage. It is slower than us, so we'll go ahead and back up again. There we go. And then we'll steady up again. So we just face it down, right? Like basically aim our gun just like sideways right into its temple as it gets close, as it like shambles and staggers towards us. And with that, we go ahead and take a current aim. Bam. 46, like right in the dome. Just like annihilate it. Okay, so that was honestly like scarier than I thought, but we took care of it. We'll go ahead and reload with the loose ammo. We'll absolutely crush this. Bone plate wolf, holy cow. I don't even know how you crush or pulp a bone plate wolf. That just seems insane. We'll go ahead and also turn on our MP3 player just because it always seems like our focus is super low. Okay, yeah, we see the sleepwalker zombie. I think it's coming towards us. Maybe? It's hard to tell. It's like shambling, being very unsteady with its walking. But yeah, it doesn't really seem to be able to do much of anything. So even if like we're put to sleep or whatever, I don't think it's like a super big deal. So yeah, we'll get a little bit closer. This is probably as close as we're comfortable being, just in case it has like a ranged attack. But yeah, we'll take a precise shot, and let's go ahead and take one more. Ow. Okay, so the sleepwalker zombie explodes in a bunch of sedative gas, relaxation gas. Okay, interesting. Okay, I wonder if it had an anesthesia kit, right? Like that's really why we tried this. So we slowly back away, like wait for this gas to dissipate, and then we go ahead and take a look. Okay, can of butane, a multi-tool. Okay, I mean we gave away our smartphone, so we'll go ahead and pick that up. A multi-tool, metal sawing, wood sawing, screwdriving, fine screwdriving, bolt turning. I guess we'll grab it. Why not? Okay, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately no anesthesia kit, but I think that was worth a shot. It had the possibility. Okay. So yeah, we'll keep going, keep exploring the city. A random meteor hit again. Okay. Took out our nice garden. Very rude meteor. Can't believe you've done this. Keep on skirting the outskirts. We see like an electrified like crackling fence, window of metal bars, right? Microwaves. So it's like a lockdown electronics store. I don't really think there's any way we're cracking into that, even with a pickaxe. A garage. Okay. So we see like a metal saw, or a wood saw, I guess. A regenerating zombie. Yeah, regenerating zombies seem very not good. They just seem like normal zombies, pretty much. Before we get hemmed in here, I think this is like, I don't really want to get too deep into town or whatever. Right, like I felt like we could maybe continue going up, but that would just put us in danger. So we'll just go ahead and like continue skirting around. A park, a house, okay. So yeah, I don't think this place necessarily has what we need. So we'll just continue on. I suppose having said that, right, like we the north is where we came from, so we'll go ahead and continue on down this way. Okay. And I think one thing that catches our eye is like this like um off of the way out of the way building, right? Like we were actually saying, right, like we're looking for a place that is out of the way, right? And is like a sort of sciencey veterinarian like medical type place. And I think when we see one like right like a symbol for science like on the door here, right? Um one like as a marine biologist that excites us, but two, right, like it's a lab, it's outside the town, this could absolutely have what we need. So I think Elsie's like a little bit hesitant, but she rummages through her wallet and she realizes that she knows where she saw that symbol from, right? Like we have this like ID card. So we go ahead and swipe it. The nearby doors unlock. So we take a look inside. Okay, so so far so good, right? She takes a look at what's here, and she sees frozen ether, washing soda, okay, and just like a funnel. And here she just sees an exposed wire. Okay, but I think just like from what she sees here, it's like very extremely promising, right? Because it's like immediately, right? Like there's no reception area, there's no anything, right? It's just like immediately we walk in and there's like labs and like science happening around her, right? So she's definitely excited by the prospect. So we go ahead and step down. It's quite dark, so we'll go ahead and turn on our flashlight. Um, I feel like her footsteps echo through the halls. It's quite spooky. Okay, and then she sees a CBM. She has no idea what a metabolic interchange CBM is, and I feel like she just doesn't really know much about like computers at all, like beyond like using a smartphone for like doing homework or something like that. Um, so yeah, she wouldn't even like know the first thing about like trying to quote unquote hack into the system or whatever. So there's no point in even trying. Okay, so she sees like a weird, um, just like a bunch of weird body parts. Um, the scientist in her is screaming out that like one like this is super weird, but two like are those things even human, right? Like they just absolutely do not look human. Here we see just like blankets. Okay, again are just footsteps quietly reverberate through the halls. Okay, another exposed wire. She wonders what sort of like strange experiments were done in these sorts of rooms, as like the smell of ozone like wafts uh, into her nostrils. Okay, and then we see liquid ammonia. Quite interesting. This place is extremely heavily lit up. Integrated multi-tool, trickle charger. So I feel like she doesn't really know what like any of this stuff is, but like the names that she's reading are sort of percolating in the back of her mind, like just giving her glimpses of like what if, like what could be, right? She's just imagining herself as like more and more superhuman, more and more robotic, right? Like she saw Rubik, right? Like I feel like his transcendental form is like still ingrained, like seared into her mind, and she wonders if like maybe he was human after all, right? But like because she's finding all of these CBMs, the same CBMs that he was willing to sell to her, right? And this is clearly not alien in nature, right? It's clearly man-made. Um, so she finally takes a peek at what's in here, and she realizes that there's only like a plastic apron for helping to deal with the goop. So yeah, it's not super useful, I would think. So she just moves on. An elevator, interesting. A bathroom. So this is she guesses where the security guard would sit, or like the bellhop. Um, she immediately leaves that room. Just very sulfurous smell. It's very unpleasant. A library entrance. Well, she's looking for anesthetic, right? I feel like she would not necessarily go breaking into a library. So as neat as that is, I don't think she'd necessarily find it useful. And again, she doesn't know the first thing about hacking anyway. Bionic vault. Again, like not really something she would be particularly interested. I feel like she might see all of this interesting equipment and maybe try like opening one of these boxes. A power converter, a power supply unit, useful in lots of electronics recipes. Okay, so I think she wants to learn cephalopod mutagenic primer. Okay, I think she just like picks up like a test tube, right? Like maybe from her freshman undergrad days, right? Like she realizes that maybe there's like something interesting in like this test tube. Maybe she even sees like a bit of like life floating around in it, right? So she absolutely picks that up. Um, like while she might not know computers, she definitely realizes that there's science to be done here. Aha. And she notices her first like little life form, slimes. They don't necessarily seem to be aggressive, but um, I think she'd be like a bit wary of those sorts of life forms, especially with how many zombie hunters she's seen, and from like all of the weird mutations that she's seen. Right. I think she would sort of put two and two together and realize that for some reason the slimes are sort of linked to the zombies in one way or another. Okay. Um, a zombie predator can't see to your current location. Again, she'll close that door just immediately. Um, Very risky. So she found two dead ends. Um, I think in her heart, she was hoping to find, like a fellow scientist, maybe someone to teach her the ropes, the boomer spits bile. Um, but yeah, that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. A skeletal shocker. Yikes. So she hears like lightning and thunder, like all of the lights um, flickering, right, as this thing produces a ridiculously powerful like bolt of electricity around it. I think like she just had a harrowing experience with the zombie dog, so this just immediately sets her off. Um, she could try running back and closing the door, but from how close it is, it could simply step forward towards her, and I think that would sort of seal the deal there. So I think um, she's not quite ready to give up on the lab yet. Electric cloud. Um, I think that missed us, potentially. I'm not really sure, but we're still running. Now comes the key tactical decision. Does she stand and fight? Does she run upstairs? Or does she run into one of these rooms and then slam the door behind her? I think the safest choice would be to run upstairs, right? If we go into one of these rooms, we don't know what's on the other side. It's possible that we just immediately run face first into a zombie. We are still in moderate pain, right? Like we were thrown to the ground from the skeletal hound. Having said that, right, like this skeletal shocker zombie is much easier to hit than the skeletal wolf. So maybe in her mind, right, like from having just like angled her rifle sideways and just like executed the wolf in like a super headshot, like she figures that maybe like one well-placed bullet could take this one out as well. So yeah, I think she's willing to stand and fight. Maybe she's gonna keep running, and I think she realizes at this point that the only thing providing light is her flashlight, right? So she goes and turns that off, and now, right, like hidden in the darkness, but the skeletal shocker lit up, she can go ahead and take a shot, right? So her like scientific ingenuity allowed her to take advantage of the situation. Pow, 22 damage. It looks injured. 18 damage. It's still coming, but it doesn't see her yet, so she backs up. It's slower than us, but not much slower. I think it would be safer to potentially go into this room and close the door behind us, and then simply wait, right? Like after getting away from the metal doors because it's electrified. There we go. So we catch our breath. Let's go ahead and like bandage up as well. I think that makes perfect sense, right? Like we're a bit injured, so um, just like the fact that we had to fight makes us realize that like, hey, wait a second, like we should be safer about this. And then we'll bandage up our right leg as well. And we have like so many of these alcohol wipes, we'll use these as well. Okay. So yeah, we'll use it on the head, and we'll use it on our leg. There we go. And now, for the moment of truth, let's go ahead and turn on our flashlight. And yeah, there's no zombies here. Okay, good. So we'll reload our rifle. There we go. Potassium hydroxide. I feel like we don't know what that is. Bleach. We know what that is. So yeah, we're able to explore for now. I guess what this means is we'll want to circle all the way around and try to get back, right? Like to take a shot at this skeletal zombie. So I think one way to do that is potentially to come in from the top. So we'll go ahead and try that. Pick up the bandage. There we go. Ooh, we see a robot, but it immediately flashes like a red, a red warning light, and then it's like immediately starts turning towards us. So this is completely unlike the other robots we found in like that bastion or that castle or whatever. So I think through our quick action, right, like Elsie would realize that, like, hey, wait a second, we need to leave immediately, right? So we step back and close the door there. So yeah, there's we're running into room after room that's full of danger, but I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of avoiding it to the best of our ability. Our speed is 90, so that's mostly from the pain. Do we have anything for the pain? We have tramadol. Let's go ahead and use it. There we go. And yeah. So yeah, we open this up, and then once again, we immediately close it, just because we saw danger in there. And then this is the slime room. It's interesting that we can't see through the glass door. Like you'd think because it's frosted, we would see like looming shapes or like anything else behind it, but I guess not. So yeah, like these rooms are cut off. I guess we could go down. And this one, there's also like a menacing drone. So it seems like a bunch of drones were released. Maybe even because of us. Like we're not really sure, but at least as long as we're able to like rapidly close the door, it's not posing like a huge deal. We see two robots, a bondage suit. Once again, like we're dealing with science perverts. Gross. Okay, no robots here. I think if the room is safe, we'll go ahead and try to just like explore it fully, right? And that way we sort of just know which rooms are safe and which ones aren't. Like so. And we'll keep the doors open as well. Okay, we'll go ahead and walk back over, like so. Ooh, this is a big room. Holy cow. Any robots? Nope. It's just one giant empty room. Maybe this like we can see like tire treads like on the floor, right? Just like from like forklifts and stuff. Just dragging extremely heavy machinery around. And maybe like in the corner here, we can see like some sort of disassembled like giant machine and like pipes and stuff. And you know, like basically they had to scrap whatever was like in this room. So it makes us like a little wary. And then yeah, there we go, like a exposed conduit also makes us wary. Not a huge deal. One thing we could maybe do is try to lure the zombies into exposed high energy conduit. Might be a decent idea. Okay. So we see the skeletal shocker, and it clearly sees us, right? I think let's try it. We'll run back. Ooh, wait. But this is an exposed energy conduit, and it's a skeletal shocker, right? So it might like literally heal it because this is just electricity, or it might make it more powerful. Having said that, I think the scientist within us would be too curious to pass up the experiment of seeing what happens, right? So let's go ahead and try to steady up our aim, despite like how far away it still is. So our current aim is like still pretty good, but it's quite far away. Let's wait for it to get like one step closer. Okay, there we go. So, how? A grazing hit? Okay, does nothing. Let's back up a bit more. Maybe like so. Okay, it's starting to get closer to the energy conduit. We'll steady up another shot. Ooh, that's a giant bolt. Holy cow. Okay, we'll move out of the way. You're zapped. Oh, we're zapped again. Wow. I don't know what happened this time, but like this energy bolt is so much larger than it was last time. Holy cow. I think to escape, let's just head down. We'll turn on the flashlight. Let's just wait here, see what happens. I'm not sure if it's going to follow us down or not. Having said that, like going back up is pretty much a death sentence. So we'll go ahead and back into a walk. Okay, it doesn't seem to be fine. And now we need to apply more bandages. Yikes. Bandage up our left arm. The antiseptic has also thawed, which is awesome. So we could apply that as well. There we go. Rather than continuing to explore, it's not too cold down here, right? We're still in pain, but we might want to rest somewhere. And once again, just gross mutant parts. Okay, we'll go ahead and try that. The wreckage of our robot is quite strange. Something must have killed it, which is putting us on edge. Aha, 2 zombies. And yeah, we see an acidic zombie. Okay, and a zombie scientist. Once again, we're looking for anesthetic, so this zombie scientist might have what we're looking for. So we take the shot. It's bleeding heavily, so we take it out. We just fire down this hallway. Even with our low gun skill, right? Like, this is fairly simple to do. And pow. As we shoot it in the chest, the bullet just explodes out of its back and just like absolutely litters the ground with like a fine misty spray of acid that starts corroding at like the walls and the floor and just like pulling down and melting the rock that this lab was tunneled out of. So yeah, that was quite the horrifying sight. But you know, I feel like Elsie at this point might be getting a bit used to horrifying sights, right? So she just goes in and takes a look at what the scientist has in store. So it's got a breadboard, safety glasses. Okay, no anesthetics kit. Prussian blue tablets. I feel like she doesn't know what that is, but we'll grab that anyway. A skitterbot. It's unfortunate that it basically appeared like right as we exited. At least we can like back up a little bit, right? So if we take like a regular aim shot, we hit it. We can back up a bit more. We seem to be outrunning it at least a little bit, right? And now it's far enough away that we can take one more shot, I think. It malfunctions. Okay, there we go. We take one more shot and take it out. What did it break? It dropped the spring. Okay, interesting. We catch our breath. We reload our rifle. There we go. It seems like this place is only bedrooms, so it makes me. I think Elsie wouldn't necessarily want to like continue investigating, just because, you know, bedrooms don't seem particularly useful, and they could be filled with more robots, right? So we'll continue looking. Here's a way up. I think we'll absolutely take it. Another acidic zombie. All right, we'll back up. This is how we generally deal with zombies, right? Like, especially ones that don't have like some sort of ranged or spit attack. And there we go. I feel like our skill in rifles is definitely improving, right? Just from how well we handled that. We took that zombie out in a single hit, which is awesome. We'll top off. Let's see what's here. Principles of effective communication. I feel like Elsie is already bored just reading the title of that book, but we'll grab it just as a nice to have. And then what is this here? A barracks. Okay. So yeah, like, we're not exploring this lab as well as we maybe. Ow. How did he get so many hits in? What the heck was that? I think we immediately need to start running back. It seems to have disappeared somehow. Okay. We'll go ahead and stop the bleeding. Our torso is like badly injured. Can we put some antiseptic on it? Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll put some bandages on. The disinfectant is very good. Wow, our healthcare is actually pretty decent. Okay, we'll get back our gun. I'm not really sure how to effectively deal with a caustic soldier zombie, just because like I feel like it can spew acid splatter. I'm not really sure what happened to it. We might want to just like run up and like close the door. There we go. Wow, we lost a lot of blood there. That was scary. We'll just wait to regain our breath. Let's just wait like another, say, 5 minutes. Yeah, there we go. And now we can quarter this corpse so it doesn't come back. There we go. And it had a wallet. Let's check it out. A cash card. for $400. I mean, I guess that's not bad for like one quick butchery. Um, we're definitely not feeling the best. I think like all of this is quite scary, but you know, I feel like we're not like completely terrified just yet. So we look through some of this stuff. Plastic canteen. Okay. The crate is too heavy for you to budge. Fair enough. Opening these boxes doesn't necessarily seem to be super worth it. Although having said that, um, immediately we find a bunch of good stuff, like antiseptic and aspirins. Electrophoresis tray. A set of plastic trays, electrodes, and a power supply designated to create an electric voltage gradient through a liquid solution containing a solid gel. Stuff like proteins and DNA would then get separated on the gel according to electrical charge and size. Pretty useless now for anything but salvage. That doesn't sound useless, right? Like, feels like we could do some great science with that. Okay, even more crates. Hopefully we might find an anesthetics kit. I think that's sort of like what's just keeping us going. An adjustable wrench. Okay, does not fit in any pocket. Magnesium powder. Even more crates. I feel like these crates aren't super useful, but you know, why not look through them? Washing soda. A lab coat and a battery. Interesting. How about over here? What's a broom? In science stuff. Let's take a look. A USB drive, and then what is this bag? Magnesium powder. An R. Rotary evaporator. I think this is where we found the zombies before. I mean, obviously they've left and are chasing us, but there could be more zombies, is the reason why I like pointed that out. Another test tube that seemingly has like something like squirming inside of it. Very strange. A Geiger counter. Okay. I feel like we know what a Geiger counter is, and we absolutely would use it like on ourselves the second we pick it up, just in case. Okay, so our radiation level is 0, which is strange, right? Like pretty much it would never be 0. Although I guess we are technically underground, so I guess like solar rays don't penetrate. A lab journal. Okay, we have no space. A universal power supply. Interesting. I feel like that could be quite good. I'm not really sure like what we would do with it, right? But it seems useful. And yeah, we'll go ahead and close that. Okay, what is this? A giant word I can't pronounce. Nitric acid. And then over here, safety glasses, clean water, bandage. Okay. This strange portal thingy definitely probably freaks Elsie out. Root beer hidden. We did lure the zombies away. If we turn off this flashlight, right, like we can go back in and close the door. So yeah, we see the zombies smashing stuff. But hopefully, if they spend enough time in here, they'll eventually run into the exposed conduit, right? And then they'll sort of be the end for them. Okay, I'm not really sure. I don't quite remember like why we closed this door. Let's go ahead and activate the flashlight and take a look. Yeah, so there's no reason to close it. So we can make our way all the way back around, like so, right? We'll turn off the flashlight again, and now we can close the door from this side, right? There we go. So now they're completely locked in here. So we took care of that zombie menace. Awesome. Let's go ahead and explore a little bit more, and then I think we can sort of head out. We haven't really found anything that is akin to like a doctor's office, but we are finding these interesting test tubes, right? I think they're probably labeled like in very, very detailed like descriptions, just like on the sides, right? Just like slapped on. So this describes itself as mutagenic primer, right? So I think she would go ahead and like read what exactly like all this stuff is, right? So this says a processed, purified, and condensed dose of mutagenic drugs. This combined with mutagenic primer will cause mutations over time. So it sort of has like a quick description, and that's what we read off of it. And then we also read a processed mutagenic primer is black as ink. So maybe we don't read that, right? Like we just sort of see cephalopod mutagenic primer, right? And then we see insect mutagenic primer, a processed mutagenic primer that's a beautiful amber color. But yeah, I feel like we would not just randomly drink something we found in like this sort of like weird lab. you know, we sort of might guess that like they're doing some sort of strange experiment with like animals and like extracting their DNA, right? Like we saw that like um electrical DNA separation thingy, but you know, like it's a far jump from realizing that they're extracting DNA to just being comfortable chugging like, right, like some sort of weird mutagen, right? Like even if it's like labeled as such, right? So I feel like LZ absolutely would not just like randomly drink it. Um, you know, until she actually has a better understanding of how it works, I feel like it would be just like far too reckless to just like ingest that. And what do we see here? A clown suit. Yeah, these scientists are just like a strange bunch, that's for sure. Another barracks. Okay. While Elsie has no idea about computers, she does have the pickaxe, right? I think it might be worthwhile, right? Is like one of the last things we do is to like grab our pickaxe from the car. The saluted devourer. It just crawled in here. Again, I feel like there's no way Elsie would fight this thing, at least normally. She might um, try to like lure it into this conduit. Let's see what happens. So the entire like room shakes, right? Like all the lights flicker as this thing steps into this strange conduit, and it now has heavy arterial bleeding, right? It's just like limbs and all this stuff is just falling off of it. So if she was ever gonna have like a chance to kill it, I think it would be now. For the first time, she switches to full auto, and then she fires. Pow! Wow. So that's horrifying. It had a smartphone. It had just like a groom in there, a bride. I'm really not sure where that zombie came from, right? Like we checked both these rooms. I suppose it might have crawled in from like the outside, but yeah, that's very strange. We'll go ahead and like wear our second backpack, right? And then we'll go ahead and grab pickaxe, as well as the what is it called? Metal, the hacksaw. Okay. And before we go back in, I mean, we are overburdened, so we'll just have something to keep our energy up. I think, you know, like maple syrup is absolutely something that LD would go for. There we go. And then wash it down with some maple sap. Okay, so yeah, that was a good snack. And how about, you know, just to motivate ourselves, some bit more chocolate as well. Awesome. So it's actually sort of funny in like, despite how long we've been underground, right? Like we've been living off of like small scraps and things like that already, from just how much food we've been able to find, scavenging like various food stores in the apocalypse, we're already overweight. So you know, while being overweight is healthy, like obviously in the apocalypse, right, you want to have like excess calories stored up. I feel like LZ would sort of realize that she might need to hold back on the sweets just a little bit. Okay, a syringe. Okay, that's what that was. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and try to get to the barracks, right? If we take a look, science lab. I think it was up here. We just need to take the long way around so we don't release the horrible stuff. We'll just close all these doors behind us like so. So yeah, this is a barracks. So we'll go ahead and start pickaxing through. So we turn off our flashlight. I feel like we have enough like ambient light where we really don't need it, and we'll start digging through rock. So our strength is like pretty low, but I think Elsie's hoping that like to build her strength by doing this. Okay, here we go. So we're mining, and it's sort of nice because this will sort of help us heal up as well, or at least in theory it would. You are crushed by the falling debris. The ceiling collapses on you. Um, yeah, that's just weird. It doesn't really make sense for that to be the case, considering like how many other walls there are, right? But whatever. Do we need to put on more bandages because of that? Good, 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 good. No. Okay. Yeah, it's surprising how little we healed up. I guess maybe like we didn't spend a long time doing that, but yeah, it's still a little bit surprising. Okay, and then we'll use the hacksaw to cut down the metal. Okay, there we go. Man, we really did collapse the roof. Like there's snow filtering in. Holy cow. All right. We'll go ahead and like activate our flashlight again. And let's go ahead and... Do we have anything with bash? Alright, army helmet. We just bash down, say this thing. So then that way we can grab the plank. There we go. And then we can put the plank down, like so. Alright, so we step on through. So what do we see? Just a bunch of rooms. Okay. A whole bunch of army stuff. Okay. Books, army stuff, bathrooms. I think Elsie just sort of wants to 100% confirm that there's not just like zombies lurking. Okay. So actually we'll turn off the MP3 player just in case. Our focus is really good anyway. But yeah, it seems we don't hear anything. Cream soda, alright. Training for sudden violence. Okay. Lots and lots of stuff. We'll just go through and grab what we can. So right, like army helmet will be useful. We'll go ahead and grab like a new ballistic vest as well. We'll drop these ballistic plates just because they're so heavy. There we go. And yeah, we'll wear this ballistic vest, like so. We'll wear this good army helmet as well. So that has a quite good protection. Nice. We'll grab the book. Let's see. I think we'll grab the combat knives for bartering. Knee pads. Tactical gloves. Ooh, these have pretty good warmth. The encumbrance is 6. So that's much higher than the fingerless gloves, actually. Okay. I guess we're good for now. For the, like, we'll follow that. Army pants. Yeah, I think those are similar to jeans, so we won't worry about it. Molly assault pack. When full, 27. Okay, and then how about for our backpack? When full, 28. Okay. And the volume is 7 liters, and then what about for the assault pack? 7 liters. Okay, so yeah, it's about the same. Combat boots. Combat boots have 7 cut, 8 ballistic. They weigh 2 pounds. Warmth of 25. How are our hiking boots? Warmth of 30. Encumbrance 6. 6 cut, 4 ballistic. Okay. Encumbrance of 6. And then what are these? Encumbrance of 6. Okay, so we're trading off like a bit of warmth for better protection. I think that's worth it. We'll go ahead and try that out. Combat boots, there we go. Large rucksack. Knee pads, elbow pads. I think we already have those. Hard leg guards. They have 4 encumbrance, but they have pretty good protection. They have pretty good warmth as well. Versus the knee pads, they only have 4% coverage, but they have no encumbrance, but also no warmth. So yeah, we're fine. Not worrying that. Okay. Training for sudden violence. Okay. There's so many ballistic vests in this locker. Holy cow. I'm surprised they like even fit 4 ballistic vests. What the heck? Let's close this. Just, we don't need like more zombies coming in from behind. Bifocal glasses, knee pads. Let's grab these glasses just in case. For those who are nearsighted and farsighted. Right? Just like as a backup in case we lose ours. Mine countermine operations manual. Okay. This might like teach us about devices, I would guess. A combat shirt. There's also a t-shirt. We could grab that. Army pants, combat shirt. We'll grab all that stuff. Recoil. Okay, grab it. Combat blouse. Okay, we might... Okay, yeah, we're definitely nice and geared up. We found some cool books. We're like pretty overburdened, but let's see. I think we could maybe try to pickaxe in anyway. So maybe here. So we'll go ahead and turn off our flashlight and then pickaxe. And then, yeah, this will give us even more time to heal up, which would be... Our speed is going down, which I'm not really sure why that's the case. Like, we are tiring out, but you are crushed by the falling debris. So we hurt our left arm from doing it. Quite frustrating. Okay. So light is filling in from down below. Okay, and what is this? You heard footsteps. Okay. Hopefully those are ours. We'll go ahead and hacksaw. Gurn. What the heck is that? Is that us? What the heck? That's so weird. Well, let's just go ahead and like peek through. Like, what do we see? Okay, so we see a gun, a grenade launcher. Okay. What else do we see? Let's peek. Just a bunch of bullets and stuff. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll absolutely just keep on like you know, like digging through. Right, like we'll use the hacksaw, cut metal. I guess we need it's like more wood basically. So we'll go ahead and like use our army helmet again, smash this. And now, hopefully that's... Oh, it's not close enough. Okay, yeah, we'll move the planks over, and then we'll cover. Okay, we're in. The arsenal. Holy cow. Um, yeah, I'm sort of just like amazed that we were able to do this. Um, let's just go ahead and wear like the large rucksack. Why is there speed so low? Painkillers and overburden. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Um, where's the large rucksack? What is this? Assault pack. Assault pack. Here we go. Large rucksack. Yeah. So with that equipped, I imagine we can carry pretty much anything at this point. Um, like that's not to say that we won't be horribly overburdened, right? But we should be able to carry it. And really, what we can do is we can just like take off the rucksack, so we're not like horribly overburdened. After we fill it up full of stuff. Okay. So yeah, we'll just wield the assault rifle just in case. Like maybe something will like fall through the ceiling. I'm not really sure, but so yeah, let's go ahead and start loading up. So we'll grab the grenade launcher. Holy cow. A 50 round drum mag. Okay. Sure. A battery for a flashlight. Nice. HK4 17. Double stack box magazine for HK4 17 rifles. Sure, we'll grab it. I mean, I don't know what that is, and I don't think LZ really knows either, but still. Heat pack, just like a brand new fresh MRE. We've learned that the gummy vitamins are very good. Water purification tablets are always nice, and then the entries as well. 50 rounds of bullets, 50 bullets rather. Another 30 round mag. Really don't need that at this point. Okay. A service handgun. Sure, we'll grab it. 40 by 53 high explosive grenades. Dual purpose grenades. Okay. What is the second purpose? Like I understand that the first purpose is like blowing stuff up, but like what the heck could the second purpose be? It can penetrate 3 inches of steel armor. Holy cow. The damage is 250. Armor pierce is 45. Holy cow. Okay. Nice. Even more grenades. Okay. And then there's this even more grenades. What the heck, man? So if we wield... Yeah. What the heck? We have 9, 10, 11, 12 grenades to reload this thing. What the heck? I don't even know, honestly, like how LZ knew how to like reload a grenade launcher. I feel like that's not really like in a civilian's like wheelhouse, like how to do that, but still. The MP7 fires a high-powered 4 by 0.6 by 30 millimeter round while being lightweight, compact in size, and practically recoil-free. Okay, it seems to be pretty low damage, but there we go. Still nice to have. 50 round drum mag. Let's just go ahead and like reload this right now, and then we'll unload our rifle and reload with the 50 round drum mag. I still can't believe we found a grenade launcher. What the heck? And then we found a scar. Wow, we don't even have space for that. Blackout. Heat pack, chocolate candy, cookie, gummy vitamin. Always want to grab those. Water purification tablets, cracker, pepperoni pizza. Okay. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and grab the assault pack, right? Like we're wearing like 5 backpacks. It's sort of like absurd that like LZ is able to like tolerate this at all. We still can't grab it, which is unfortunate. Well, okay, we'll wear the assault rifle then. We'll wield the scar. Okay, we reload this. Here we go. So yeah, we're literally at double our weight capacity, which is quite extreme, to put it mildly. Our encumbrance is absolutely through the... But yeah, hopefully we're able to get out of here. So I'd say that was, you know, like we didn't get exactly what we were looking for, per se, right? But it doesn't mean like we're done exploring the lab, right? And I think having this much beefier gun is putting LZ much more at ease. And this is not even like the only barracks, right? Like there's a second barracks that we could check out. Herd plops. Yeah, that room is full of slimes or whatever. So let's go ahead and just make sure we can head out like so. And aha. Are there any zombies? Nope. Okay, awesome. So this is sort of like an insane place to call it. Like I really didn't think like we would end this episode with like a grenade launcher and like 10 more grenades on top of that is just like absolutely insane. So yeah, I'll spend a while just like combing through and dropping off like most of these weapons and stuff. And when I do that, you know, I'll go ahead and start the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Definitely appreciate all of the views and the comments and stuff that you guys leave, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, bye.